Just before I start talking about the big reveals we had in this episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS, notice the sunburn. Yes, very burned. Blend into the background though. Okay, so episode 2 of the new season of Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS, we have Yusaku's new BFF making an appearance, who has some of the most awesome names for all of his stuff so far. So his avatar name is Soulburner. He made that awesome entrance from like the sky with the fire and stuff, which was like Fire Tornado. Pretty damn awesome. I discovered as well that the voice actor for that character is Todoroki from My Hero Academia, who, as you know as well, is a fire and ice user, so sort of cements the fact that they're associated with fire. I just thought that was pretty cool. And his Ignis, which is of course called Flame, so yeah, he's got everything going for him at the moment. I just want to see his new monster, which I know some people know the name of it. You can let me know in the comment section below, but it's kind of like a fire dragon kind of thing. But that seems pretty awesome, so I can't wait to see that. And the preview for the next episode make it seem like we don't really know whether he's a good guy or a bad guy, but based on the really small interaction that we had between Yusaku and him, they seem like friends. He was like, oh, you're... So I wouldn't say friends, but he knows who he is at the very least. They've either had some sort of talking with each other, or they've at least met each other, or seen each other, or at least know of each other at some point. So, yeah. That much we know for certain. The other huge reveal in this episode was something that people were really excited about last season, that they thought was going to be in the duel against Revolver. But instead they used it here, and I wouldn't say they used it against a fodder enemy. These two characters are going to be big characters, I think, later on in the series. At the moment, the threat level isn't too high, because Yusaku dealt with him quite easily. But yes, Yusaku got out a ritual monster, which is a Gishki Shogun or something like that. I forget to say it in Japanese. Gishki Shogun, something along them lines. But the monster he got out was Cyburst Magician, which gets a little bit confusing because we have a Cyburst Wizard. The ritual version of that is Cyburst Magician, and we now have a Cyburst Witch as well. So there's a lot of parallels with Yu-Gi-Moto's kind of cards here, because obviously Yugi had Dark Magician Girl. I guess Yuma from Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal had Gagaga Magician and Gagaga Girl, so this is kind of their version of that. So yeah, I'm sure Yuya had something similar to that as well, but there you go. I could not tell you the last time a main character summoned a ritual monster. It would probably have to be all the way back in the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. I know that Alexis summoned some ritual monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, but going before that as well, the last time I saw a ritual summon was probably in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, by the duelist that imitates other characters. I can't remember his name, I've completely forgot it now, but that dude was the last time I remember seeing a ritual monster, I think. But other than that, no, it's been so long. So it's really cool to see it in this season of Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS. Whether they'll use it more often, I hope they do as well. Because the characters seem to be shocked. They didn't know that Yusaku had a Cyburst ritual monster. Which, yeah, it's cool. I like it. More ritual monsters for the win. A little thing I noticed, which I thought I was being original when I noticed it. But unfortunately, I saw like 4 other comments of people saying that the same joke. But in the stands on a certain scene, you can actually see a character that reminded me of Sudowoodo from Pokemon, but yeah, other people already made that joke, so I don't feel as original now, but look, Sudowoodo, there it is. Oh my god, I completely forgot, we had the new Decode Talker revealed as well, so something that people thought might have been revealed in the last season as well, since we had every other Code Talker revealed apart from the water one. This episode, Code Talker, the new one, was revealed, and it was called, hold on, Shooting Code Talker. Its effect was actually kind of cool, but it's also detrimental at the same time. It points up, left, and down, so no matter where you put the card, it's always going to have a wasted sort of arrow, but it does mean that it can go in different places to use its ability. But for every monster it points to, it gains an additional attack. I can't remember if it had to be a link monster as well, but I think it's just monsters that it points to. So if it's in the main link zone, it can point to 1 in your opponent's zone, 1 in your zone, so that would give you 3 attacks, your original attack and 2 extra ones. Or as Yusaku had it in this one, it was pointing up into the extra monster zone and left to another monster, so it had 2 attacks. And then it had that weird effect, as I said, that's really powerful. I think it had 2,100 attack. No, it had 2,400 attack, like the other Code Talkers. But then, when there was only 1 monster left on the opponent's side of the field, its attack reduced down to 300, which to me seemed a little bit random, but I guess it stops you from being a little bit too overpowered or something like that. I don't know. Also, when it destroyed that monster, did its attack go back up? I wasn't too sure. We have all of the code talkers now. We have a new ritual Cyburst monster revealed. I think the next thing we get to look forward to is if we have any Firewall Dragon upgrades, which I think will definitely come in the future. But code talk at the moment is still sticking to Yusaku's kind of ace monster. I mean, the final episode of the last season was Firewall Dragon being summoned just to be used as fodder for a decode talker. So yeah, I think Cyburst Witch was the monster that had this ability that I thought was broken. I can't remember which monster or spell or trap or whatever it was that it was used, but the effect was this. You can banish one spell card in your graveyard, and then you can add 2 cards from your deck to your hand. And then it gained like an additional ability where if you use this ability, you can special summon a level 4 monster from your graveyard. That, to me, seems really broken. You just banish a spell card in your graveyard to add any 2 cards from your deck. Maybe there's a little bit more to this when you actually read its effect, like there's only specific cards you can add. But from what Yusaku said, that is a very powerful ability. After the gold guy took some damage, his armory stuff fell off. And I was actually kind of, not disappointed, but I was a little bit surprised to find out who he was. I didn't expect him to be that star duelist that we saw in the intro. And his name was Bowman, and his younger brother is called, I'm doing terrible with these talking points today, Haru. Haru and Bowman, these 2 brothers, they're most likely brothers. He says that he's his older brother, but he's also suffering with amnesia, but he seems to remember at the end of this. So he mentions that memories are on the line with this duel, so there's definitely a little bit more to this situation than meets the eye. So these 2 might not be necessarily super bad guys, but there is something else going on here. This episode ends with Bit and Boot making an appearance, and obviously Soulburner coming down to say, Yusaku, you go catch them, I'll deal with this situation. So that's where the episode ends. I'm actually really excited for the next episode. I do want to see more of this character, and just hear Todoroki's voice being used by someone else. I think that's correct anyway, from what I've read. Sounds correct, but no, I'm excited to see this. The new Ignis seems powerful. He was saying that our AI, is a little bit of a slacker, so maybe he's even more powerful than him, or he knows a lot more about the situation that's going on in the Cyburst world, so we get to learn a little bit about that. I'm surprised that Ignis didn't actually ask him himself, but we'll see. Overall, though, the episode was really good. Really enjoyed it. Enjoyed the duel. New characters introduced. Lots of things happened. There's action-packed at the moment. Nothing's been boring in the 2 episodes that we've had so far. But I'd love to know what you guys thought in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well and hit the little notification bell. I'm also doing reviews of other anime series, specifically My Hero Academia. So if you'd like to check that out, you can. But other than that, though, guys, thank you very much for watching and see you later.